Good morning, boys and girls. I'm here for story time. Let's get ready. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, bodies calm. This is how we listen. This is how we listen at story time. At story time. Today's story is called A Mother for Choco by Keiko, Kasza. And this is for all the mothers out there, because yesterday was Happy Mother's Day. A Mother for Choco. Choco was a little bird who lived all alone. He wished he had a mother, but who could his mother be? One day he set out to find her. First, Choco met Mrs. Giraffe. "Oh, Mrs. Giraffe," he cried, "you are yellow, just like me. Are you my mother?" "I'm sorry," sighed Mrs. Giraffe, "but I don't have wings like you." Next, Mr. Choco met Mrs. Penguin. "Oh, Mrs. Penguin," he cried, "you have wings just like me. Are you my mother?" "I'm sorry," sighed Mrs. Penguin, "but I don't have big, round cheeks like you have." Then Choco met Mrs. Walrus. "Oh, Mrs. Walrus," he cried, "you have big round cheeks just like me. Are you my mother?" "Now look," grumped Mrs. Walrus, "I don't have striped feet like you, so please do not bother me." Oh, no matter where Choco searched, he just couldn't find a mother who looked like him. When Choco saw Mrs. Bear picking apples, he knew she couldn't be his mother. Mrs. Bear didn't look like him at all. Choco was so sad that he started to cry. "Mommy, Mommy, I need a mommy." Mrs. Bear came running to see what was the matter. As she listened to Choco's story, she sighed. "Oh dear, if you had a mommy, what would she do?" "Oh, I'm sure she would hold me," sobbed Choco. "Like this?" asked Mrs. Bear. And she held Choco very, very tight. "Yes, and I'm sure she would kiss me." "Like this?" asked Mrs. Bear. And she lifted Choco up in the air and gave him a big kiss. "Yes, and I'm sure she would sing and dance with me to cheer me up," said Choco. "Like this?" asked Mrs. Bear, and she danced and sang with Choco. When they stopped to rest, Miss Choco asked, "Choco, maybe I could be your mother." "You?" Choco cried. "But you aren't yellow, and you don't have wings, and you don't have big round cheeks, or striped feet like me." "My goodness," said Mrs. Bear, "that would make me look very funny." Choco thought it was funny too. "Well," said Mrs. Bear, "my other children are waiting for me at home. Why don't you join us for apple pie?" Apple pie sounded wonderful to Choco, so off they went. When they arrived, Mrs. Bear's other children ran out to greet her. Choco, said Mrs. Bear, meet Hippie, Allie, and Piggy. I'm their mother too. The sweet smell of apple pie and the sound of laughter soon filled Mrs. Bear's home. After their delicious treat, Mrs. Bear gave all her children a big warm hug. And Choco was very happy that his new mommy looked just the way that she did. The end. Bye, boys and girls.